Welcome to this week's edition of Pleasant Perspectives. I'm your host, Michael W. Pleasant. Today we are in downtown, beautiful downtown Philadelphia at the Mathematics, Civics, and Sciences Charter School. Our guest, Umar Johnson, he is a nationally certified child psychologist that specializes in at-risk African American youth. Before we get started with today's show, let's take a look at this week's neighborhood news. Hopefully you enjoyed this week's segment of Neighborhood News. That's neighborhood news you can actually use. Now on with our interview with Umar Johnson. Once again, he is a nationally certified child psychologist and he specializes in at-risk African American youth. Umar, you've been working with kids for about 20 years now, and you've actually been certified for a little over 8 years. What do you think, in your perspective, the top two concerns that you have about our African American youth today?
As a school psychologist, I would say the primary concern that I have with African American children is their parents. One thing we have to understand, whenever we discuss children, we cannot discuss them in a vacuum. All children are the product of two parents. All children are the product of the home environment in which they were grown and nurtured. So my number one problem with children really isn't the children. It's the homes that produce them. Show me a child who doesn't have any self-discipline, and I'll show you two parents who haven't appropriately raised that child. Show me a child who doesn't want to go to school or who doesn't love school, and I'll show you two parents who didn't appropriately nurture the love for education within those children. It is very, very difficult to help a child without helping the parent, because anything you do to improve the life of a child independently with a child, if they're going to go right back home to the same house, the same parents who actually incorporated into them the bad habits, you're not going to get very far.
So you speak as though the parents are the issue, one of the issues with our black youth of today. Let's dig a little bit deeper into that issue. When you talk about parents, are you saying that they don't spend too much time with their kids? Are you saying they don't nurture their kids enough? Or is the TV now the babysitter for our black youth? What do you mean by the parents are the
It's
issue?
all of that and then more.
Okay.
They don't spend time with their children. They don't spend time with their children individually. I think with some parents, they think that the television is an adequate replacement. I do understand that given the economic stress of our time, that some parents have to hold down 2 and 3 jobs.
Okay.
That's understandable. But in the life of a developing child, it cannot be used to supplant their need to have a mother or father figure in their life. So even if you do have to work 2 or 3 jobs, you still have to carve out some time to spend with your children. When you don't spend time with your children, when fathers don't nurture their daughters, those daughters go out looking for the love that they should have got from their father in another boy. When mothers don't spend time with their sons, they feel neglected, and those boys grow up to harbor negative images of black women, which you hear popularized on rap music today.